Hi, this is God Lily again, and we're back. And we were discussing men and relationships. And this is Alicia, the co-host for Coptic Confessions on Friday night. And we were discussing the physical. And he was explaining to me about the physical. How would you describe a physical flirt? And where would you do it at?
I would do it at a get-together. I would get it at a get-together, do it at a get-together. Like, because, you get introduced to different people at a get-together, and it's more settled, and it's not a lot of people there, and once two people start clicking, so, yeah.
So have you ever clicked at a get-together?
No.
But that's in your mind, you know that's how you would do it.
Yeah, no. Every time I met a guy, it was through, like, one of my friends.
Was it at a get-together?
No, like, I'll be chilling over one of my homegirls' house. When their homeboys come through with a homeboy, you know what I'm saying? And
is that a get-together?
that's just, hey, can I get some weed? You got somebody grabbing some weed, and so, like, if you were selling some weed and I came with you and there was two dudes, you know what I'm saying? I get introduced. That's how I get meet like that.
Oh, okay. So it was just a way to think.
Right.
Well,
or somebody just.
I never met anybody at a get-together either. Every time I met somebody, it was me selling something.
Yeah.
And the guy gets my number, and they start buying my merchandise, whatever it is. And they like me that way, because I'm a hustler or something like that. Or I met him in a store. Or I might have.
Yeah.
I did meet one guy in a bar, but that didn't go nowhere. Yeah. We're still friends, but we never.
But it seemed like the ones you meet out of the bars, out of the get-togethers, the ones that you just bump into, like, if one of my homeboys come over to homeboy, we kick it. Those are the ones that seem like it lasts longer.
Okay, then that might lead to the next traditional flirt is the man takes the lead. That might mean somebody to introduce you, and then he takes the lead. Okay, yeah, well, she introduced me, and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, I like that.
That could be called a tradition. I'm trying to figure out these flirts, because this is what they...
But now, like, it seems like dudes, like women flirt.
Well, they do. They do. I noticed
here,
that.
but down south, that's already happening.
I noticed that.
Ain't no woman gonna wait for no man to approach them. They're gonna go approach them first. If they like what they see, then they're going for it. And I'm trying to take a little bit more action than that.
I'm trying to think, did I ever do it?
I did it.
Because I'm from the old school, you know what I mean?
I did it once.
I'm trying to think, have I done it? Let me see.
And it was the worst decision of my life.
I'm trying to think. I always seem that I think that I have the traditional. You understand what I'm saying? But I may not, because the kind of best sex ones I've had that had the best sex, it wasn't no damn tradition. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's something to think about. I did kind of take the lead on those things because it was like a thing for me just to get. I wanted to just have sex, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And yeah, I met one guy. I had decided I was really, really horny. This is years ago, like 7 years ago. And I was staying here when I first moved here, matter of fact, 6, 7 years ago. And I was really, really horny. My husband was gone, nowhere inside. He already had flipped the coop, flew the coop. We were living together. And he wasn't even talking to me. And I had I did have somebody, but I wasn't able to see that person. So I go to a bar, and this is something I normally never, ever do. And I say, I'm going to go to the bar, I'm going to find me somebody. And I go to shoot pool. By myself. But you fix yourself up, right? So I'm out there shooting pool by myself, and this guy comes to slide right by the stool, right by me. And while I'm shooting pool, he's drinking, and he's bothering me, And I'm looking at him, but I'm like, I looked at him, I'm like, I did ask God for some dick when I left home. Same. God, I pray for shit. Anything I want, I pray for it. And so if you pray for it, you don't get no bad stuff. That means you, yeah. I ain't lying. I ask God for everybody else. And so, and he's really trying to offer me something here because he's messing with me. And of course, I told him I saw movies and stuff like that. And then he wanted to look at them, and then he tries to talk to me, and I'm like, you are too young, and I am not some old horny lady that just needs some dick. I said all of that shit. And you have to do something for me, honey.
Yeah.
And yeah, he told me, he said, and I'm not your ordinary young man, he said, and I have my own house. And he driving some kind of Mercedes or some shit. And he said, my mother just closed her store and moved to Vegas, so you can come and pick up anything you want. He said, and I'll buy some of your movies. Just come spend some time. I'm looking at him because he's so cute, so young, and I'm like, Dad. I had to make sure he was of age, because that's how young he looked. Yeah. He told me he was 30-something, 32, something like that, 32. And maybe he wasn't. But anyway, I went home, I changed, I goes to, because I know I could tell that he was honest. He told me what to do. So I go, he told me where to come, and I drive up to his house. He opens the garage, and I drive up in there, and I was driving my daughter's little brand new car, not my Jeep, because my Jeep was in the shop. So she had this little red, brand new, something like a Jeep at that time. But anyway, I drives up in there. He opens the garage door, and he's standing up in there with this white Vegas robe from one of the exclusive motels in Vegas, you know. It opens it, and he don't have nothing underneath it. And so I go in, and he got drinks, he had smoke. Yeah. Everything he said, I can look up. I made sure I looked through the clothes and picked out what I wanted and all that. Made sure he had gave me the money for my movies and everything. And then we just had fun talking, and it was just wonderful. And so after that, I thought that would be the end of it, but it wasn't. And it lasted up until probably about almost a year now. Not quite a year, because I've only been home for 8 months. For being sick, so probably 6 months ago. Yeah, he disappeared because what happened, all this time I never knew, all these years he come in from Vegas. He tell me he coming in, he know he can come right over, no matter what time it was. I never knew he was married.
Oh,
and his wife calls me when I'm texting him because he didn't let me get this number, and I'm texting him, telling him, you know, he's coming, blah, blah, blah. And all of a sudden she calls me, and I'm like, what happened, you know? And she texts me and tells me she's the wife. And I'm like, whoa. I said, well, don't worry. I don't want you as your man because I don't like broke men. Because he doesn't bring me no money then, you know, he just bring me smoke. And we have a drink, That wasn't nothing to me. I just enjoyed having the sex because it was really, really good. You know what I mean? And turned me upside down, everything. So yeah, that was then he comes back after that. Told me I could have got him in trouble, because I talked shit to her. And I didn't really think about that, could have, really. But I was pissed. And then he do me up really, really good and tells me that he makes 6 figures and disappears. I haven't seen him anymore.
Yeah, because my wife got a hold of his ass.
I know. See what I'm saying? What you go through. Let's cut this and be right back.
Oh, that's the show. That's what it is.